When it comes to putting your best foot forward, no one knows better than Inez Bracy. She is a wonderful life transitions coach. And before Bill left, he talked with her about the best ways to de-stress during the holidays. Maybe Bill is remembering this as he is snowed in the Carolinas at the airport. Take a look.
All right, everybody, and now we got four of them tips for you to help you manage your holiday stress from our lifestyle transitions coach, Inez Bracy. Happy, 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 help, help, help. The most wonderful time of the year is also the most anxiety-ridden time of the year for a lot of us. So how do I know what's causing me stress? Maybe it's Aunt Matilda's mincemeat pie that I always dread having to eat this time of year, or something along those lines.
It could be that. I mean, if you dread eating it and you know that if you don't eat it, you're going to offend not just Aunt Matilda, but the whole family.
So I start stressing and assuming and catastrophizing, and before you know it, I'm there and I'm, a piece of work. Yes, and another thing, too, with the economy the way it is, a lot of people have finding that they're not able to purchase things as they used to purchase. So what are we going to do? How am I going to downsize my purchases? That causes anxiety. And all of those things about trimming the house, decorating the house, and all that can cause anxiety because it's not what we used to do, but we want to do something. And now I'm feeling less than because I can't do what I used to do. I heard somebody say the other day to name one thing that somebody gave you last Christmas. Like, So maybe all that stress and all of that is not even worth it. So just think about that. It's your presence. It's being together with family, unless the family drives you nuts and causes you anxiety, in which case you can navigate and negotiate and reconfigure. Exactly. I know one of your recommendations is to visualize when you're... Well, how does this visualization work? Well, you think about a time in your life when you had ecstatic joy. You were just so blissful. And you start to remember that, and you see it in your mind's eye, in your third eye, you use that. And that way you can calm yourself down. Or you think of a time when you were just so relaxed. You might have been getting a massage. You could have been on the beach. You could have been in the snow skiing. Whatever it is that causes you to be totally relaxed. See yourself in that place and feel how you felt when you were in that place. Because the feeling and that emotion is going to help you to settle yourself down. Probably not the mall on Christmas Eve at 5:45 and you've just started your shopping. Unless that's what turns you on. I mean, some people... That's a good point. Some people just run through the mall. They have 15 minutes and they get everything they need in 15 minutes and they're done. I think that's why we all love Southwest Florida so much, is because we're close to the water. And the water is so soothing and nurturing. Just driving over those bridges, coming back and forth from Cape Coral to Fort Myers. Yes. Sometimes you can be in a little bit of a snit and wired up, and then you see that water and you realize it. It calms you down. So think of something positive. Breathing. Visualizing and also breathing. Some breathing techniques to get us through the most wonderful time of the year. Awesome, because when you start to feel anxiety, you start to breathing short breaths. So what you want to do is learn to do some deep breathing, inhale deeply, and just let it go all the way down. And as you inhale, and then you let it out. And what I like to say is you're inhaling the positive and you're releasing the negative. And you can make that your mantra if you desire. But what you want to do is make sure that you take the time. You can do this in a minute or two. It doesn't have to be all day long. But as you find yourself getting revved up, stop and breathe. Stop and breathe. And that just adds so much joy to your life. It's kind of like when they used to tell you, just take a deep breath, and it sounded... And I didn't want to hear it. Well, it sounded so silly and so simplistic, and it is simple, but it works. It does, yes. Just breathe in. Sometimes I'll use the mantra, breathe in God, breathe out grace. Breathe in God, breathe out grace. Yes. And you have to continue to do that, so just take a deep breath. All right, let's review what these 4 tips are to get you through the holiday season. Number 1, recognize what causes you anxiety. For example, it could be family. It could be family, or just the thought of having to do this all over again. It's overwhelming. Yes. It's overwhelming. All right, so once you establish what it is that's driving you nuts, then one of the things you can do with it is, to deal with it, is visualize. Visualize your way to better responses. And then you want to use self-rewards to make your new behavior permanent. Like what? What's something? Give me an example. A self-reward would be, now that I know what's causing me anxiety, I'm going to reward myself by taking some extra time for myself to reflect, to journal, to breathe. Just those things are self-rewards for you. You don't have to go out and spend a whole lot of money. Many times self-reward can be just the mere fact that you're spending time with yourself
in deep meditation and thinking.
And number 4 on the list of 4 is get more sleep. This applies anytime except for during the morning blend. We don't really want people sleeping here.
No, we want you to wake up for the morning blend, and then you can take another nap.
Wake up, everybody. Get plenty of sleep, because if you don't have sleep, then you don't really have that foundation for a healthy life.
Exactly.
All right, you brought a few Christmas gifts for us in the form of offers. What you got there, Inez?
Well, for the third person who emails me at inez@inezbracy.com, you can receive a free 15-minute consult on how to manage the holidays.
Your very presents. Oh, one more presents.
Oh, and then the morning blend viewers receive 25% off personal coaching session with me.
So just between me and you, are you ready for the holidays?
Oh, yes. I'm always ready. I'm so excited because I'm going to see all my little nieces and nephews. And, you know, we have them from 18 months on the way up, and it just makes such a big difference in the house now.
Travel safely. Have a wonderful, blessed holiday, and we will see you here very, very soon.
Thank you, Bill.
And if you need Inez, and who doesn't, if you have any questions, if you need her advice, she can help you out. There's her email address right there, Inez@inezbracy.com. Or you can send your questions and comments and needs for advice to us. Send them to feedback@fox4morningblend.com.
Maybe Bill is thinking of that peaceful drive from Fort Myers to Cape Coral now as he's stranded in Atlanta. The airport snowed in. Let's hope so. All right, we wrap up today's show after the break, but first, one last check of today's Fox forecast.